Hi, everybody. It's Kimberly. I'm an eternal life student, which simply means human. At the end of the day, that really is the only title that we need. I think people are like walking books, a living library. We can each learn from each other's stories, and by doing this, we grow stronger. Today, I have Siddharth Rana who'll be joining us to tell us a little bit about his story. Hi, Siddharth. How are you doing?
Hello, ma'am. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Um,
much, ma'am, for allowing me to express my thought and just come to this great podcast.
Oh, thank you. So today, our topic is about time travel, its possibilities, and the future potential, which sounds very
Uh,
interesting.
Very fascinating. Yeah.
Yes, time travel, right? That's a big conversation. That's not just a little thing. That's many
Mm,
things.
that's very
So,
big.
yes. So let's start with this. How did you get into being passionate about time travel?
Okay, so when I was a child, first of all, I speak a lot, and since my childhood, I am very much indulged in speaking activities. Whenever I got time to speak, and I just speak at home, at school, and I just keep on talking. You just allow me to press that button on a remote, and just I can just go on keep talking.
Yes.
And there was this moment in the past when I was in, I guess, in my standard eighth standard. There was supposed to be school labs happening at that time. And at that time, I was looking up on Google, searching some top mysteries of the world. And then I changed a little keyword. I
Okay.
changed word instead of, I changed the word instead of universe. So the word, like this, the search became top unsolved mysteries of the universe. And then
Ah,
things started popping out of my whole thing, and I got exposed with black holes, white holes, and so many things in the universe. And basically that allowed me to just really dedicate my whole life to the universe. And since that point, I've dedicated my whole life to the universe, and I'm still learning about the cosmos. And then later on, I came up with the time travel and how time travel is possible, what is time travel, and things like that. And then I'm just keep going with the universe, keep going, like keep listening to the echoes of the universe.
there's so much information out there. There really is. True.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
it's not just one thing. There's a
Hmm.
layer that builds to it. You learn one part of it, like you said, and then all of a sudden it
Hmm.
branches out into another, and then another, and it keeps on going. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. You basically have to allow yourself to be indulge in those activities. Like you don't have to find your passion. You just have to believe in what you enjoy the most. And then at that point, I just find out that okay, I enjoy exploring the most. And then if you are exploring something, then why not the universe? Since it's like
Exactly.
it has no scale, it has no boundaries, no frontiers. It's just out there. So it has no nothing exceptions, nothing limitations. You can just keep on exploring it further and further. And that's how
That's
like my interest
wonderful.
built.
It's truly wonderful. And that's just it. Learning never stops. And like you said, universe, it's never ending. So
Yeah,
you'll just always be learning something new from it.
yeah. Actually, it's like
So
universe that allows us to be more comfortable around its presence, and it's basically our core responsibility as humans to understand the cosmos and to build a relationship among the whole humanity, to build further into this cosmic voyage, and to learn and contemplate about this universe. That's the very
definitely,
most beautiful thing about the humanity. We are always learning about about our surroundings.
definitely. So I have a couple different things that I was gonna kind of touch base today. I know we have a lot of things that we can discuss, so we'll
Yeah.
probably discuss different areas later on. But for
Mhm.
today, I just kind of wanted to get to know you a little bit, get to know your history, and share some of the knowledge so people know you know your stuff, right?
I know.
So that
Yeah.
way, if they're interested to find out more about you, in the comments, I'm going to put down links to where they can find you. You have a newsletter, you have some videos and things like that as well.
Mm.
And you are now, by the way, way, a new content creator for Siastro, correct?
Yes, exactly. That's right.
Congratulations on that. That's
Thank you so much.
wonderful. Very excited for you. So
Yes,
you have a
ma'am.
wealth of knowledge behind you. And we're just going to tap into a little bit right now, but I can't
Yeah.
wait to find out more. So
Mhm.
I wanted to kind of first start out with a simple thing. For someone who was researching time travel, how do you define time?
Okay. That's very interesting question, yet very insightful if you like really allow yourself to be exposed with the learnings of the cosmos. So
Okay.
first of all, from the very basic, if you don't know anything about time travel, like what is time travel, you just have seen time travel in just movies. You are just
Yes.
going to the past, changing certain events in the past, and that would cause a serious disruption in the future. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, let me just go on the grounded level. Time travel is made up of two words:
Okay.
time and travel. So there's a time is a different thing and travel is a different thing. So if you have to understand time travel, we have to understand these two words and then we have to correlate these two words with each other.
Okay.
So first of all, without explaining time, I'm just gonna do a little simple trick. I'm gonna replace the word time from time travel and insert a new word into it, which is road. So it would become road travel. So now it would become road travel. So basically, what does that simple word mean? Road travel. It simply means to travel on a road. So the same way, we can assume that time is like a road in which we all are traveling. Like the our clocks are ticking right now. We are going to the future at a rate of 1 second per second. For example, if right now it's 7 o'clock, after 1 hour it would be 8 o'clock. That means we would
Okay.
have come 1 hour forward in the time. So that's basically a basic definition of time travel. I would give to the people out there who don't know anything about time travel. Like
Okay.
that's
Great.
basically how we are traveling in time. So basically we don't have to do time travel. We are already doing time travel in the most basic form that we can ever do, moving in time.
So, I know this will be probably a topic for a different time, but how does multiverse thought process compare to the roads? Are they connected?
They are pretty much connected. For sure, multiversal concept, it
Hmm.
arises in the quantum physics first, but let's just not go over there because that's
A
a low
long time.
like
Yeah.
different story. Yeah. So, like, still staying to our branches, I would still explain the multiversal concept. So,
Okay.
basically, uh, if you travel to the past and change something in the past, you'd you'd have that thing in my mind. Okay, if I travel to the past and if I change something in the past, it would then can lead to something that should not happen in the future. But still, that's like basically creating a loop, and
Yes.
that's a very famous grandfather paradox. Like you travel to the past and if you do like you basically kill your grandfather, and
Right.
then if you had no grandfather, then you would have no father, and since there was no father, you would have no existence of yourself at all.
Right.
But you were still there to kill your grandfather at the very first place. So
Right.
how does that possible? So that is exactly where the paradox arises. But to provide solution to this particular paradox, we came up with theories to tackle
Hmm.
the paradox. So the very first basic theory is if there are multiverse, like if there are multiverse existing out there, which I think exist out there, actually
Hmm.
exist. Like for example, right now what we are doing in some
Right.
other universes, we may not even be having a conversation like in this through this medium. Maybe in
Right.
some other universes we are talking in person. So
True.
that's basically possible. So what multiverse does is it traces out the possibilities of the future and provides a space and time to each of those possibilities to exist in different separate universes. So, for example, if I just like I just talked about time travel to the past and you killed your grandfather, if you travel
Right.
to the past, so in maybe in one universes, in like you would be traveling into the different universes where your grandfather was killed by yourself in the past. So
Hmm.
in that universe, you would have no grandfather, then you would have no father, and there was no you in that universe. So basically, like
Okay.
the universe which you came from initially would be different from the universe which you would be traveling in the past. So that universe and this universe was far different. So that is how we
Yes,
tackle, these paradoxes of time travel.
definitely. So,
Yeah.
all right. So now I'm going to switch a little bit for you on the conversation. And
Mhm.
it was something that I had read that you had written. And it was something along the lines of how do we view the past by going to the future? Um,
Hmm.
I don't know like, let's see. So it was something along the lines of how do we move forward? Because, right, we're saying, why does time move forward?
Hmm.
And we focus on the past at the same time. A lot of, most of the time people are stuck focusing on their past when they're supposed to keep going forward to grow and change and things like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, would you say that it's kind of connected in that thought process?
Uh, See, it's science. And
Yes.
if you, yeah, so science is everywhere. If you are even just living a normal life without knowing much about science, science is still there, because the very core thing that allows you to live in this particular moment is science.
Okay.
It's because of science only you are existing at this particular moment. So, I don't quite remember what I said about forward and viewing the past. So basically, I
Right.
can say it. Uh, like most of the time, like if I'm just gonna go little philosophical here.
Sure.
So if I'm living in that this moment by still comprehending the thoughts of the past of my lived past, it's very it's very basic. I cannot focus on my future because I still have that everything going up right here in the past of the past.
Right.
So that's basically, if you allow yourself to be in a moment, I wouldn't say that leave the past and just focus on the future, because life is not that simple. You can
Right.
define it in 2 or 3 words. Life is actually complex, so you should not make it simple.
Right.
Like it's a very human instinct that we always tend to make life simple by putting up some quotes, like some 2 3 words. Life is not that simple. Life is actually complex, but we have to accept it. We have to, like, sometimes we have to change it, we have to adapt it, and we have to just go with the flow. So it's not that
Hmm.
simple. You cannot keep only one attitude to perceive life, to live life. You have to just keep on changing, keep on evolving as the time progresses. So, and that's what came right after when you study science, or when you just indulge yourself in science.
So that actually brings me to my next topic, and that is about science and
Mhm.
what is there proven in science to show that time travel is real? Do they have anything that they have shown an example that you're aware of?
Yes, time travel, like, is of two aspects. Either we
Hmm.
can travel to the future, and either
Hmm.
we can travel to the past, and there
Okay.
is no present, because we don't account present as it should be, because the moment we lived something, it already became a part of the past. It no longer present. So there is
Yes.
no moment which you can assign it as present moment. So either it's future, or either it is lived past. So we can definitely travel to the future by uh, using Einstein's theory of relativity, Albert Einstein's theory
Okay.
of relativity, the great genius, big
Yes.
hat scientist. And he basically showed us how you can travel to the future by just approaching at a speed which would be faster as compared to everyone else. So basically, what would happen is, when you travel faster than every other beings, you'd be basically traveling ahead them, not only in space but in time as well. You'd be
Mm.
perceiving time to slow down for you as compared to them. So basically, your time will be getting dilated as with related to that every other person, and you would basically be in the future. So that's how we can travel to the future. And there are some experiment. I don't actually remember the name of the experiment, but yeah, there was this experiment where there were two atomic clocks used. So basically, atomic clocks, they basically show the precise timing. Like, they show timing up to, like, many places. Like, I guess a thousand fraction of a second they show time, like, precise at till at that point.
Okay.
So there were two atomic clocks, and one of them was kept in a moving jet aircraft, and one of them, the other, was kept stationary on the earth. And the jet craft was taken away and was, uh, thrown away the whole earth. And then when both the clocks were compared later on, it was found that the clock which flew away with the jet ticked slower as compared to the clock that was on the earth. The
Ah,
time of the clock which was moving was lagging behind as compared to the time of the clock, as compared to the time of the other clock. So it basically literally showed, validated the words of Einstein. The more closer you would move to the speed of light,
mm-hmm.
the slower time would take for you. So basically, it
Okay.
doesn't actually necessarily mean that slower, but you basically have to move faster enough in able to do whole time thing. So basically, time slowing down for you only.
Great.
If it's our time travel to the past, we cannot time travel to the past, and that's all. Period. Time travel to the past is impossible,
There's
irrespective
no time
of,
to only to the
yeah,
future, correct?
yes, only the future. It's impossible to travel to the past, irrespective of what you have been shown into the movie. If you can travel to the past, that would not be your actual past, or I should say, that would be not your lived past. You can travel to the past, but to a past which would not be a past for you, but for be a like to be a past of for somebody else.
Yes.
So that's like, again, different story.
No, it kind of it makes sense where, for example, um
Mm.
when you're a child, right? You
Yeah.
don't know what you're going to become when you're an adult. True?
Mm. Yeah.
So if you so it's kind of like predicting, like you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know who you're about to become.
Mm.
So you can't predict that in the past. You can't go backwards. You can only do that after you've lived your life and all the
Mm.
experiences. So it's
Mm.
it's it's a little bit parallel to that.
Yeah, but still you would have the memories of the past. Like if I'm right here in this moment, I still possess the memory of my past. Like what I was doing at those moments. Like if I can show, like I have this notebook. Actually, I wrote this notebook like 7 or 8 years ago, and this notebook consists of like many topics like black hole
Oh
and
wow.
so many things. And this notebook is actually 7 or 8 years old. And when like this notebook was a proof of my past self getting to know about this universe, and basically being exposed to the echoes of the universe. So that was my first what do you call it, like first exposure to the universe, and that is
Oh wow.
where I began. So that's basically my past. But if I say that, if I like change something in this notebook, that change would not be visible in the past, in the like 7 or 8 years ago, because
Yes.
that change is happened in the future, only in the future. It cannot be reflected in the past. So that's
True.
basically again thing, like we cannot reflect our future thoughts to the past,
Very good example. That's
unless
awesome.
we are talking about quantum physics, unless you are talking about quantum physics. And
Well,
that's,
believe it or
yeah, that's
not, I was going to ask you briefly about
uh,
quantum entanglement and two bunnies.
okay. So, without going like into too much detail, first of all, quantum physics, those who like don't know about time, quantum physics, like it's a different, like really different thing. It's not related to our physical laws that we have discovered so far. It is not related to our studies so far. It's just something else. It basically, uh, what do I like? Let me quote myself. Quantum physics is the biggest nightmares of physics, or like of physicists. Like it's basically like if you just start wondering about quantum physics, you cannot detach yourself away from it. You will just be lost in the realm of quantum physics. So yeah, there are many phenomena of quantum physics. So first of all, quantum physics, let the first word quantum, it basically means the world of small particles, or the very small world, like the microscopic, beyond microscopic, like small world, like
Right.
photons. We have four particles. We have like so many particles, like muons, gluons. So basically, anything that we cannot observe with our eyes and with our most of our equipments, that's basically the world of quantum mechanics or quantum physics. So there are many phenomena of in quantum physics. So the very basic, the very core phenomena of quantum physics is quantum entanglement. And before quantum entanglement, there also comes quantum superposition.
Okay.
So I would not explain like these two terms, but I would just give an analogy because
Okay.
I can explain it, but it would be very severe to comprehend all of this in the
We'll
same
save that
talk.
for another time, right?
Yeah, but I can give an analogy for it. For
Okay.
example, if you have a coin and you toss it, so the coin, a general coin, basically have a two outcome. Either it can be head or either it can be tail, one at a time.
Yes.
But unless it's in the air, it's in the moment when it's in the air, that coin sort of possess both the shades, head and tail at the same time. And somehow, like, for example, if somehow I separate the two shades of that particular coin, and one is head, one is tail, and without knowing, I just shuffle these two shades, and I don't know which state I have currently, and I
Mhm.
one of these state I throw it like far away in the cosmos, and I just have one state. I don't know which, but I have only one state, and the other state
Okay.
is like uh, voyaging on the cosmos. Now, if I observe this state, if I just measure this state, and let's say if I open my hand, it came out to be, oh, it's tail. Now I don't have to worry about the other state, because if it's tail, the other state must have to be head. It must be head because that's how they were entangled. That's how they were intact together. So that is basically quantum entanglement or quantum superposition. That's basically the most basic analogy for like both the things.
Okay, great. Thank you
Hmm.
for that, the quick description.
Yeah,
I know you have
yeah.
a lot of examples in some of your newsletters and your videos and things like that that I've seen
Mhm.
that are really good. Even for people who really don't have the background, you
Mhm.
find a way to explain it in such a way that they can understand. And I think that's important. People need to understand that whether you know science, whether you know physics and universe, cosmos, or anything like that, you take that extra time to describe it so that
Mhm.
anyone can learn. And
Yes, exactly.
that shows true passion, the person who wants to share with all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for that. And so I didn't know, let's see, hold on, I'm just checking my notes really quick. Uh, So, with your newsletters, how often do you write them? Do you try to do it monthly, weekly?
Well, I have set it to monthly, but it's like it's basically random. If I like if I just like the thought, the idea, they just pop into my mind, and I just start writing. That's basically how
I
I write my newsletter.
I can
And when I
respect
just
that. You know, once
yeah, when
once
I
you've
go
been
to sleep,
inspired, you have to get it out, right?
yeah, exactly. It's like universe is talking to you all the time. Like if you like really indulged in this field, you can just hear the universe talking to you. Like
You can see
okay,
different signs, right?
yeah, it's a different science. It's like it's
Y-
something beyond. You cannot like
Yes.
express it. It's something beyond.
Nope, I understand in my own way, so I get it. Where and the same thing, a lot of people talk about manifestation,
Mm.
where it's the thought processes and how you
Mm.
use your thoughts. Do you believe in
Mm.
that as well as part of this?
Yes, I believe in manifestation. My biggest manifestation is to uh, be my future self.
Yes.
That's my biggest manifestation. So it's like I have imagined, I have visualized, like it's like I have kind of created my future self in my mind, and
Hmm.
I just have this one target, and it's to become that one future self that I have imagined in my mind, and that's my
Perfect.
biggest manifestation.
No, I think
And
that's the strongest thing you can do, right?
yeah,
You have that goal, you have that target, and you build toward it, right?
mm,
And
because
whatever
yeah,
comes your way, you just keep pushing forward.
because when you have the destination, like if you know where to arrive, you can just take any path to go there. So having a
Very
profound
true.
comprehension of that destination allows you to actually build path towards the destination.
Yes. So, I wanted to let you know we're almost done with our podcast, and there's so much information to share. I
Mm.
wanted to use this one first just to introduce you. I would love to have you back again to talk about these other topics. There's so much to talk about.
Hmm.
And I want to give you the opportunity to share any last things that you want to tell people about time travel, cosmos, and universe, and things like that before it ends.
Uh, well, actually, there are many more things, but to sum up everything, like to sum up the whole universe, even though I cannot sum up the whole universe, but still, in the sense of humanity, in the sense of human language, the universe is huge. The universe is pretty large. You cannot imagine the universe. You cannot, like, basically, where your imagination ends, the universe starts from there. That's basically the whole universe. But the one thing about the universe is knowable. You cannot just say that universe is just existing out there without any limelight. It's just out there, but you can know it. Universe is full of answers, but we have to frame our right questions. So instead of finding answer, just find the right questions. And if you have those
Hmm.
questions, just be the answers.
That's wonderful. I'm so
Mm,
excited to learn more about this. I know
yeah,
that it's a wealth of knowledge, and like you said, when you're starting to study it, it's never ending. So there's
that's
so much
amazing.
more. Yeah, there is so much more. And I really appreciate you taking the time to begin the conversation. This isn't the last, and I'm sure we'll have many more. And let's see what the future holds, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much for being here. And I do want to let everybody know I am going to include some links to his newsletters and his videos and things like that. And I will let you know the next time that we're going to have an additional podcast to talk about the next subject as well. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, Siddharth, I'm also made aware that you've written a book.
Yes, I have written a book, and it's only been around 1 year.
Oh,
So
really?
this is the book right here.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
I should
What
have
is it
done.
called?
Actually, I should have done some different thing like drum rolls, and then I should have revealed the book. But yeah, that's the book.
Yeah.
So the title of the book is How to Explain Time Travel to Your Grandkids.
Oh, wow. That's
So this
wonderful.
book actually presents the very basic foundation of time travel. If you really want to go through like the whole world of time travel, how time travel is, and like what to do about time travel, and like everything, like every aspect, or like all the foundational aspect of time travel. You can just have this book. You're gonna have this experience, and it's available on Amazon, Flipkart, and
Oh,
such
wonderful.
platforms.
That's great. So I'll include that also. I'll put the link in the comments as well for anybody who's interested in having a really great conversation with your grandkids. Make sure you get How to Explain Time Travel to Your Grandkids by Siddharth Rana. Again, it's on Amazon, and what's the other one? Flipchart?
Amazon, Flipkart,
Flipkart? Okay,
yeah,
perfect. And
yeah.
be sure to make sure you watch what other things he's going to teach you. It would be a great conversation to have with your grandkids as well. Not just
Mhm.
talking about cartoons and other things, but you'll be talking about the science and universe and cosmos and all of those things that are educational for them as well. And it would be great for the family. So
Yes.
thank you so much for that. I look forward to reading it myself to see what new things I'll be able to learn as well.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you.